What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. And we have a new, absolutely brand new portal come in, which is called the Goblin Summon. It brings along with it a new event as well. So you've got the Goblin Village event. So this is a new event that you can try your hand at. And of course, it's also brought with it some cutesy new heroes. So we're going to have a little look at these guys today. I'm pretty sure that they're nowhere near as cute as they look. So we're going to have a little look at them. But first of all, just on the Goblin Village, there is a special rule. So only common and uncommon battle items are allowed in the event. Okay, so just bear that in mind when you're going into it. Now, let's have a little look at who we've got in the portal. We've got 1, 2, 3, four new 5 stars. We've got a brand new 4-star and a 3-star hero as well. So we're going to go ahead and start with the 2 featured. So we'll start with Smarttongue. Okay, so Smarttongue, she is a nature hero. She is of the ranger class, which is cool. They've got this goblin family bonus, so the heroes become stronger when teamed with other unique heroes as well of the same family, and the bonus is for 1, 2, or 3 heroes, and each time the hero takes damage from an enemy's special skill, they remove 30%, 60%, or 100% of the boosted health from all enemies. Now, it's pretty funny that we've just had, boosted health has become a huge part of the meta. And now these goblin heroes have just come in and absolutely destroyed it. Because that bonus is great. It triggers every time they take damage, and it's a pretty high percentage chance to remove an amount of boosted health. So, it's actually not even a chance. It's just a guarantee. They're going to remove either 30, 60%, or 100% of your boosted health. So there you go. Boosted health out the window. Anyway, sounds like a really OP family bonus, but we'll see. They also get a 30% chance to perform the following when they cast their special skill. So there's a 30% chance to deal 70% damage to all enemies and give all enemies minus 25% accuracy for 3 turns. So that is, the family bonus and the passive are both going to come into play quite often. Now, if we do flick off the max power preview here, we're looking at some pretty high stats, a bit more defensively built, but 908 on the attack, 949 on the defense, and 1668 on the health. So really, really good stats across the board, and in line with the new heroes that we've seen being released. Now, her special skill is going to be called Goblin Serenade. I think she is a she. Yeah, she's definitely a she. And she's got like this weird looking harp thing on her. The art for these characters is amazing. Like, there's no doubt they look cool. So Goblin Serenade is at average speed. Now, there's these new effects with these heroes called Wither and Growth. And again, these effects seem extremely overpowered to me. I haven't seen them operate in practice, but from what they've said on the cards, they look extremely overpowered. So, first of all, with Wither, this hero, all enemies get minus 250 attack. That's quite a big decrease in the attack stat. And then if that wasn't enough, she reduces the max health of all enemies by 600 as well. We know the effect is stronger against targets with boosted health, so the max health can't get lower than 30%, but the boosted health reduces by an additional 600. So again, really, really good counter for boosted health heroes. Now this Wither and Growth, I think it's worth just going over this to help with the understanding of this mechanic. So there is a little question mark here. If you click on it, it gives you some additional info. So the modified ability scores remain even if the character's defeated. So it doesn't go away if the character's defeated. The modified ability score can't be removed with dispels or cleanses. So that means she's given you minus 250 attack and it's staying there. So it can't be removed. The attack is going down by 250 points. Okay, it's staying. Now, she can trigger that multiple times. Additional Wither and Growth effects will modify the ability scores further. So if she fires off again, it's going to be another 250. But the ability scores can't be can be increased to a maximum of 170% of their original value. So if they're increasing things like the attack, for example, it can only go up to a maximum of 170%. I say only go up to, that is still a huge increase in the attack. And these scores can't be reduced to lower than 30% of their original value. So just to put this hero into perspective, let's say you had a hero with 1,000 attack. She can reduce it up to a maximum of 300 because that's 30% of the attack stat. But then you're bringing a hero with a 300 attack stat into the battle. You're not going to get very far, and the effect can't be cleansed. So I just don't know how this is going to work. It looks extremely overpowered, but that is what it says on the card. So yeah, that is what it is. And if that wasn't all enough, all enemies also get minus 45% defense against special skills for 4 turns. So you can set it up to where you hit with this one. They lose their boosted health. They lose their attack. They can't come back at you quite as hard. And then you reduce their defense against special skills and just wipe the whole team. So an extremely good hero. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say this could be a sort of game-breaking hero, and I think this is kind of going to carry on the theme, so I'm not sure what the counters are going to be to them yet, but I'd say we definitely do need some counters to these wither and growth effects, and potentially to sort of rethink that passive with the family bonus with the boosted health. Now let's move on to our second featured hero. His name's Deadboot. Dead Stinky Boot, and he is a dark hero of the rogue class. Sorry guys. So he gets the same family bonus and the same passive. We won't go over those again. In terms of the stats, huge attack stat, 964, 898 on the defense, which is still respectable, and 1621 on the health. So extremely high attack stat, bear that in mind. Now his special's Unhallowed Spirits, and Unhallowed Spirits is at very fast speed. So he lifts all dispellable status effect buffs from the target and randomly distributes them on allies. Same effect as we've seen with the Holy Hero of the Month, but she didn't do any damage, and she was running at very fast speed. But this guy deals 375% damage to the target, so already a better hero. But he also deals an additional 50% damage per transferred effect buff, up to 625% damage in total, if you can believe it. So basically we're looking at a little stinky boot goblin here who can hit for 625 damage at very fast speed as a maximum. Obviously it's only going off of a maximum, but that is an extremely hard hit, and he's got 964 attack, so he's gonna be a killer, man. Like, this is a one-shot kill sniper. If they had any buffs, obviously he's going to work extremely well on attack teams, but also really well on defense. And he also gets the wither effect, so the target gets minus 160 on their defense. He doesn't even need it, man. He can kill a target single-handedly with full defense and probably a defense buff, because the buff's going to increase the attack. He doesn't need the additional effect. That's just pushing him into the realms of a hero that you hardly even want to use, because it's just unfair. But an insanely good hero as well. Now, we do have 2 more. I'm scared to see them, to be honest. Okay, so let's look at this guy. This is the Goblin Cook, aptly named Kettle. And Kettle is of the Cleric class, so gets the nice mana shield, which is fantastic. The same family bonus and passive. Stats wise, 949 on the attack, 900 on the defense, and 1652 on the health. So again, extremely good stats. And this is our first slow speed new goblin hero. Let's get him back. Let's grab you, Kettle, because you're very interesting looking. Look at that guy. He's got a fish stuck in his hat. What the hell's going on here? Anyways, so Dubious Cuisine is his special skill. And it's running at slow speed. So he cooks a random food for a special effect. So activation chance for each effect. Exquisite is 45%, rotten is 45%, and catastrophic kitchen failure. That's 10%. All right, sweet. So exquisite food. First of all, he recovers 50% health for all allies, and all allies get 280 defense. That's a pretty decent amount. So, I mean, I'd say this is probably one of the least OP since he is running at slow speed. Now, rotten food, he's going to deal 350. Oh, come on, man. We want to see your ugly little face. Come back. There we go. So, rotten food deals 350% damage to all enemies, and all enemies receive 965 poison damage over 5 turns. That's a lot. Let's see if it goes up with limit breaks and emblems. Whoa. Okay, all enemies receive 1,255% poison damage, over 5 turns. That's a heck of a lot of poison damage. It's going to be well over 250 a turn. If you have with the troop bonuses, etc. So yeah, that is extremely damaging. The only thing is you don't know which one he's going to cast, so you don't really get the choice as to whether he's going to heal and increase defense or whether he's going to damage all for 350%, which is a lot, and give poison damage. So that's a team killer at the second option for the rotten food. And then catastrophic kitchen failure is when he just messes up royally and he deals 100% damage to all allies and all enemies as well. Man, this is an interesting hero. I mean, he's like balanced. He can be extremely devastating. He can be a great support hero on your defense team if he casts the first special, and he can just be a major fuck up if he casts the last one. Yeah, so this is an interesting hero. I do kind of like him. And I think that it's okay because he's a bit more balanced, like compared to the other two that we looked at. This is what the heroes sort of should be in order to balance them out. Anyway, that is Kettle. Now, the last hero for the 5 stars is this guy, Darkfeather. This googly-eyed motherfucker. Anyway, so we're looking at Druid class hero, Dark hero. So we are in a primarily or predominantly Dark tank meta. So let's have a look and see if this guy can stand the tank test. Now, his stats, more defensively built, which is good if you're looking to use him as a tank. 906 on the attack, 943 on the defense, and 1680 on the health. So really good, nice, balanced stats for Darkfeather. Now, his special skill is the Eagle's Blessing. He's running at average speed, and he recovers 25% health for all allies. He gives growth effect of all allies get 125 attack and 125 defense. So he increases the attack and he increases the defense, and that's permanent, remember. That's going to be staying. Then all allies have 50% chance to deal 270% damage to a random enemy after any subsequent allied special skills cast for the next 3 turns. Wow. Okay, so basically this guy, he's recovering health and he's boosting the attack and defense for your whole team permanently. And then he's giving like a 50% chance of a hippo effect to deal 270% damage to a random enemy after any subsequent allied special skills cast. Now, it's not a specific target that damages the whole team like hippo, but he's going to damage a single enemy, and 270% damage is not nothing on top of the special skill. Man, I think this Darkfeather guy, even though he's disappeared again, I think that he's going to be extremely usable. I would pop him in as a tank for sure. With those stats, with the recovery, the growth, the after effect as well, even though it is only a 50% chance, add that together with the family bonus and the passives, and you've got yourself an absolutely incredible tank in Darkfeather. So yeah, another great hero. I mean, honestly, all 4 of these 5 stars, I mean, extremely overpowered, extremely overpowered. Probably extremely overpowered as well, but amazing. Probably the right amount of power. And now we're getting on to the 4 stars. So let's have a look at Goldie real quick. So Goldie is our 4-star hero from the Goblins. She looks incredible, Goldie. I mean, I love those earrings. They're doing it for you. Not sure about the fox scarf. It looks like that fox is still alive. But anyways, do you. So she gets the same family bonus and passive, which we know are amazing. She does have sort of lower stats, but obviously these are 4-star stats with second limit breaks. Look at that. Nearly 900 attack, over 1,000 defense, and 1723 health. So amazing stats at the second limit breaks. And it only costs you 3 alpha ethers. So I think second limit break in 4 stars is never really a bad idea, unless they're a terrible 4-star, in which case it is always a bad idea. Her special skill's running at average speed, and it's called the Magic Mirror of Power. Now, she recovers 38% health for all allies. She gives the growth effect, so all allies get 100 attack. Sweet effect. And remember, obviously, it can only get up to a maximum 170%, but that's going to have to trigger multiple times for you to get to that. And all allies reflect status ailments to a random character on the opposing team for 3 turns. This is an incredible hero. It's a holy replacement for Kitty, except that it's got a full upfront heal, which is what I've always wanted with Kitty from the Musketeers. If you don't know who I'm talking about, she boosts the health and it heals over time. But what she's been lacking is this big upfront heal that we see here with Goldie, where she can heal 38% of the health right up front. Then she increases the attack, which is just like a massive added bonus. And then she reflects the status ailments. So this is going to be a great hero for your teams, your attack teams going up in wars against heroes like, what's his name now? Cupido and Alfrike. And any heroes that cast sort of horrible status effects that you want to get reflected, especially like heroes that, even heroes like Hurricane, you can just survive and then throw his massive burn damage back at him. Goldie is an incredible 4-star, and I think that she would be, to me, she would be worth summoning for in this portal. The 5 stars are, you're less likely to get them. They do have a 2 times chance, which I will go over now since we're on the subject. So whenever you summon one of these legendary goblins, you do get a second different legendary goblin for free, if you can believe it. And the chances are actually quite good. So you've got, not the featured hero, but the legendary event hero plus that is 0.9%. So it's just under 1% chance. But if you do pull one of them, you're going to get 2 of them. So you could basically say you got a 1.8% chance. But it is a bit sneaky because, don't be thrown off too much by that, because it's still a very low chance initially that you get a featured hero. It's about the same as you get from like an event summon, but slightly lower by 0.1%. Hope that makes sense. Now, let's get back to the heroes. So we've done Goldie. Goldie is incredible. I definitely want a copy of her. Let's just check what the rates are for the epic. 5.7%. It's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. So there is a chance that you'll grab her. And now we're on to our last ugly looking goblin, and his name is Boots. Not Deadboot, just Boots. I think he's the one that carries Deadboot's boots, maybe. He gets the same family bonus and passive, though, as we know they're amazing. And his special skill is called Hammer Thump. Now, he's running at average speed, and at average speed, he's going to be dealing 200% damage to the target and nearby. And then he gets the Wither effect. So the target and nearby enemies get minus 40 attack and minus 40 defense. Now, just a quick one on this Wither effect again and growth effect. I do think that the wither effect is more impactful than the growth effect, because the growth effect is impacting your allies. The wither effect, when you're facing them, is going to be absolutely devastating. So maybe one on more on attack and one more on defense. But I think that the wither, especially with that first hero that we looked at, it's going to be a disabling effect. And it's going to be an extremely frustrating effect. I think even more so than the passives for the new magic family heroes with that negative mana stack. Decreasing the attack by that huge of an amount, or the defense by that big of an amount, especially at the 5-star level, is going to hurt your team a lot. So we'll see how that plays out in practice, but I just think it's incredible and extremely overpowered. But now we have it at the 3-star level. So here you go. Minus 40 attack and minus 40 defense. That's great. 200% damage to the target and nearby is okay. And his stats are pretty damn good for a 3-star. So the target and nearby enemies also get minus 35% defense. Wow, so on top of the minus 40 defense with the wither, they get an extra minus 35% defense. Are you kidding me? And if the effect is removed before the duration ends, the target with the effect suffers 181 damage. Wow. I mean, that's at the 3-star level, so that's quite a bit for a 3-star. I mean, 181 for this guy, I mean, at normal stats, is like, I don't know, 15% of his HP. So yeah, that's quite a bit. And I think this hero could be pretty damn good at the 3-star level. In fact, I know he's going to be good at the 3-star level. So I think we do have a couple of good and more obtainable heroes in this portal. So you've got, for the rare event hero, 14.2% chance. So I'd love to grab Boots and Goldie and Kettle and Darkfeather, Deadboot, and Smarttongue. I mean, obviously, you know, I'd love to have all of these heroes. I am a little bit apprehensive as to what's going to happen in the future going forwards, but I must say I wish everybody all of the best of luck in your summons. Enjoy the event as well. And please do let me know what you think of these new Goblin heroes. Drop us a like and subscribe and send me your comments. And I look forward to seeing you all again next time. Bye for now, guys.